Good morning. Welcome in to Wednesday's daily spiritual guidance message. It is a collective message, so not everything is going to resonate with everyone. So just take what you resonate with and leave the rest. I'm going to do another couple of individual zodiac sign readings today. I'm hoping to do Pisces and Aries today. I have already uploaded Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. I've uploaded those readings for mid October. So if you're interested and want to be kept up to date of when they're going to be uploaded, then hit the subscribe button and press the bell, and you will get the notifications. So let's see, what do we need to know today? What is the energy for today? It's Wednesday's daily spiritual guidance message. What do we need to know? Love, straight out the gate. Straight out the gate with the love today. What do we need to know for Wednesday's daily spiritual guidance? What does the collective need to know for these? What do we need to know here? I feel this is just your energy. You are genuinely kind, loving human being. You've always been that way. And I sort of feel here there may have been things, dreams. There may have been some sort of hard times here that there are some people that would have shied away from this kind of, loving, compassionate nature, but you haven't. Um, you've maybe had your heart broken here, and it's kind of like to some people that would have closed the heart off, but it hasn't closed your heart off. Boundaries. Perhaps the sort of lessons that you learnt here, healing, was so that you would instill boundaries. Transformation. Wow. Big cards. Big cards for a Wednesday morning. There's something here, the hurt that you endured. There's people that would just completely close off the love and be like, I don't want it anymore if this is the way it is. Finding. If this is the way it is, I'm not interested in love anymore. I'm just happy being by myself and like closing off to relationships, or not even romantic relationships, platonic relationships too. But I don't feel this here about you. I feel that whatever experience you have gone through, it has awakened some type of knowledge within you about, you haven't lost faith in love, is what I want to say. You haven't lost the faith in love. You have an understanding that it takes love. Everything needs love. We need love. Humanity needs love. All need that. And it's just about instilling boundaries here. So whether this is a case of you've worked on some type of, codependency here, sort of the need of others, and you've sort of worked through here mending a broken heart and being becoming self-sufficient here, filling your own cup, because I mean with the healing card and the transformation card here and the finding, there's something here. I mean, I want to show you these two. I mean, there's the butterfly and there's the finding card. Like the butterfly's on her shoulder now. It's like this finding this wisdom here has just, given you a new outlet, but it's like filling your own cup first. It's like loving you. So whether in the past you've went out externally thinking that external love is going to fulfill you, only now to realize it has to come from within here. Death card. So this is a massive transformation, because that is what the death card is. Death and rebirth. Like the old you has gone. So whatever experience you went through here, if you had a broken heart here, somebody sort of devastated you, Ace of Wands, whatever it is, You have come through a healing process here and you see a bigger picture. And it's made you, the Ace of Wands here, it's made you passionate about things. So it's like, as I said, some people go through heartache and they're like, I don't want another relationship. I'm not getting involved with anybody again. They don't do any healing work. So the trauma builds and builds and builds and builds, and it ends up showing itself in all the relationships. You haven't though. Whatever happened, you sat with it and you went, right, why did it happen? Why did this happen? Four of Pentacles. You sat back and you went, right, why did this happen? No, what is it about me that this happened? How did I allow this to happen? Someone may have majorly hurt you here. Seven of Pentacles. And I think it's a realization here of you invested too much. You gave too much of yourself. You were too willing to hand it all over here, and somebody else was just willing to take it. King of Cups. You may have been dealing with a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be, but it was like somebody was willing to drain the compassion here. Somebody was willing to take this and sort of like not give anything back. And I want to say I feel a little bit of naivety here, and not in a sort of like, and more in a sense of seeing the good in everyone. So there may have been a relationship or situationship, whatever it is, okay, that you entered into with somebody and you believed they had the same outlook on it than you did, simply because that's just your nature. You just believed here, judgment. You just believed that, everybody, if you're going into a relationship, everybody's on the same page. And you didn't think, here, hold on a minute, I need to sit down here and actually spell this out with somebody. You just assumed because you were there for the right reasons, you believed they were too. And it's sort of like I feel you jumped into this and just wholeheartedly invested into this person. And you believed they were too. You believed they were fully invested in you as well. But it feels here very much like a bit of a draining of your compassionate side here. Three of Pentacles. They were willing to take sort of energy from you here, the compassionate, nurturing. Six of Cups in reverse. Sorry, Six of Pentacles in reverse. No equal give and take here. Like, you were fully invested into this. You wanted this to work here. And like, you were getting nothing back. The bare minimum at most. The bare minimum at most. Nine of Cups. Somebody else was making sure their cup was getting filled, but they weren't filling yours. And I feel like this was kind of, there's a right length of time, yeah, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's like there's a number of years invested into this. This went on for a number of years, where it was like a constant, like, round and round and round and round kind of circle where, you know, it's maybe this kind of feeling too that you felt that the more I love this person, the more I can help them change. And actually, the more you love this person, the more advantage they took. It's like it made them work less because they knew, I don't need to put that much effort in with this person because they're just going to be there. It actually backfired on you because you saw this person's flaws. I mean, we all have them. which is part of the reason why you've gone through this, because you needed to sort of see the areas that you needed to work on. But you could see this person's flaws. You could see that they lacked some sort of nourishing or, nurturing energy. They needed loving and kind compassion and stuff like that. It was something they lacked. And with the King of Cups here, I kind of feel this person, I want to say emotionally unavailable, but I also want to say unable to process emotion. Like this person was unable to show their emotion here. They weren't able to. It's almost like you sort of felt the more you show this person love. Here we go. The more you show this person love here, Ace of Cups, you'll get them to open up their emotions, to understand their emotions, to talk about their emotions, but it didn't happen. Hanged Man, Hierophant. This person's quite stuck, whoever this is. And this is where I think you've probably had a bit of a realization here that your heart was quite free and open and you were willing to share emotions, and this person's heart is not open. They're very closed off here, very stuck. I want to say there's a feeling here that this King of Cups energy um maybe doesn't believe in love. King of Wands. They might say it. They might say, I love you, but I don't feel they truly believe in love. They're more about the passion. King of Wands. This is maybe somebody who mistakes love and lust. This could be somebody who thinks that lust is love. So this could have been quite a passionate relationship that you had. Chariot. And maybe there was a little bit of like a confusion on your part here too, because this person was very passionate towards you. You had a very passionate relationship. So then you thought this person's like, feeling there's a lot more love here than there actually was. But this person, their idea of love is lust. Like when they're in lust, they're all into you. When that kind of like starts to wear off, because as we know, I mean, relationships cannot just be built on the physical. They have to be built on the emotional. They have to be built on an intellectual level. There's a whole lot of different parts to a relationship than just the physical side, because it can dip and dive and do all sorts of things depending on what's going on in their lives. So it's like this person's all in when the lust is there, but when the lust isn't there, they're quite cold. You may have felt it with this person that after, say, you were intimate with them, like they were all over you, right? And then once you have been intimate with this person, you kind of felt a change in them. It's like they got what they wanted, and then the personality almost shifted. And it was like you were trying to figure out here, is it something, is it me? Is this normal? Is this like the way it is? Or you were trying to figure out what was going on here? Ace of Swords. Trying to figure out the truth. So what 1 minute everything was like they were all into you, all couldn't wait to see you, blah blah blah. Then you were intimate with them, and then they just seemed to change and be disinterested, and you're like, What's going on? Where's the love and affection afterwards? This should continue, and it didn't. And it put you in your head going, what's going on here? So that's where the difference is that, you you loved this person, whereas they were more in lust. I'm not saying there's not underlying love feelings here, but this person's heart's closed. They're not they're not emotionally available. They don't want I do feel they don't want to feel love. I don't know what that's about. Whether there's some sort of thing here that they struggle with being vulnerable here. Queen of Pentacles. Whether they struggle with, like, being vulnerable here. What's this? Five of Swords in reverse. Three of Cups. This person was very, very, very manipulative towards you. Really manipulative. And that, they kind of, it was on their terms. Everything was on their terms here. They decided when they wanted to see you, they decided when they wanted to speak to you, and you're just sort of like, yeah, they decided when they wanted to communicate. When you heard from this person, it was all on their terms. And this is kind of why this is so amazing that your heart is still open here. That with going through this process, how you haven't completely closed off, but you actually took the time to heal yourself. You've actually taken the time here to go within and go, why did this happen? And take accountability for the things that happened, because this person was allowed to do the things they done because you didn't set the boundaries. It's not up to them to set the boundaries, it's up to you. And they took the advantage. They took because you didn't have the boundaries there. And in fact, the more colder or the more distant they became, the more effort you put in. Five of coins here, five of pentacles, king of swords, 10 of wands. It just got too much. Like, I think towards the end of this relationship, this masculine just completely turned cold. Like, the king of swords is a cold energy. There's no emotion there at all. They just, like, this is a pretty cold environment. The five of pentacles and the king of swords, that's pretty cold. And I think it just got too much that you just went, you know what, this is not changing. I'm giving. I'm getting nothing back. I'm actually miserable here. Five of wands. I'm giving here, and I'm getting nothing back. Four of swords. This is you going to heal. Even the manner, I feel even towards the end, the manner in which this person spoke to you was actually quite ridiculous. No, the tone they used and stuff like that, I feel is really ridiculous. Eight of Cups. And so undeserved. This masculine has big issues to deal with. And I think you should congratulate yourself here that you went and done the healing, because you've realized it's not, you know, your part was boundaries, your part was self worth, your part was self love. But this person has a lot more going on. And you've realized, like, it's, maybe there's a part of it and you were like, is this me? But it's like, no, it's not, like, it's this person. That person has a lot of things going on. Like this, and now you're saying it, this was not a normal relationship, but you learned from it. You learned things from this. Eight of Swords. Listen, the nine and eight of swords here is pretty, like, that's like major anxiety. It's almost like panic attack stuff. Perhaps this is what this person's realizing now. Maybe they're going through some stuff here. And this sort of King of Swords energy. He's went from the King of Cups and he's turned into the King of Swords. And now they're maybe realizing they're feeling a little bit heavily burdened about something here. There you are, Knight of Wands. Have they been burnt? Has something happened here? Let's get one of these to see what's going on. You've transformed yourself, but have now an understanding of what your boundaries are in a relationship. So you've went, done the work, understood the part you played here, and that, it was this person that was closed off. It wasn't you, but yet you're not a doormat. You deserve a 50-50 relationship here. Take a breath. Moonstruck. Let's see what this is. You understand that it's a 50-50 thing. And also not to fully jump into anything either, hold back a bit. Wait and see what's sort of coming your way. Let me see, what is this? Moonstruck. Moonstruck is 98. Let's see. 98. Okay, let's read this. The word moonstruck sounds dreamy and gorgeous, but in fact it means someone who's gone a little crazy. Drawing this card means that you may be becoming obsessive or just going too far with regards to whatever situation it is asking you about. It's like someone who says they're madly in love. Madly, is that really a good idea? This card comes with a message to get your feet back on the ground. If you've been a little bit hysterical or hysterical, it's time to pare that back as well. Take a couple of deep breaths, try to get your situation into perspective. There's nothing to be gained by allowing yourself to be completely and utterly overwhelmed by your emotions. Think of the cycles of the moon. The moon takes a full fortnight to move from new to full. She grows a little in size every day as she swells to her beautiful full self. So when you draw this card, you too need to allow things to progress at a more appropriate pace. The additional meanings of this card: slow down, being manic won't help, breathe, drop the drama, give a situation time to unfold. There's something going on with this masculine here. This masculine This masculine may now have got themselves involved with somebody who's obsessive. There's something here that's like the Ten of Wands and the Five of Wands here. Something's quite intense. If you resonate and you want to come along, I'm going to do the extended and take a look at what we don't see coming, any blockages, and get an outcome here, and then we'll get some angelic advice. So if you want to come along, the link's below, and I'll see you over there.